Hello, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. Thank you so much for having me today. Regardless of what we look like or where we're from, we all want the same things: a good paying job, a brighter future for our children and grandchildren, and an opportunity to thrive, not just survive. That's why I'm so incredibly proud to support the Restaurant Workers Bill of Rights and stand in solidarity with you all today. The workers of our hospitality and food service industries deserve a work environment that is centered on human dignity and safety. The COVID-19 pandemic laid bare how thin our social safety net is, and that far too many of our workers living on the fringe right now, barely making ends meet. But even prior to the pandemic, the exploitation of our service industry workers has been happening for decades now. Today, the federal minimum wage for tipped workers is just $2.13 an hour. $2.13 an hour isn't a living wage, it's a starvation wage. Unsurprisingly, the loopholes like these given to the restaurant industry have created an unpredictable work environment that has fostered discrimination and retaliation. The labor of our restaurant workers should be recognized, as you all know, and protected just like any other labor of so many other industries. So that's why today I am proud to join you all in solidarity with the Restaurant Workers Bill of Rights. Restaurant workers deserve a right to a thriving life. No worker, not one, should have to wonder whether they will be able to pay their rent at the end of the month because they can't rely on consistent tips and their hourly schedules at the whims of their managers. You all deserve the right to heal and rest with vacation time and paid sick leave. Too often, restaurant workers are forced to work through extreme weather, and as we all saw, through public health emergencies with the COVID-19 pandemic. No worker should have to choose between taking care of their physical and mental health or paying their bills because they lack paid sick leave. A workplace cannot be without the right to healthcare and bodily autonomy. No worker, particularly those in service industry, will have true economic freedom until we have universal healthcare. And an economy that forces its workers to choose between their health and their livelihood will always prioritize profits before their safety. And that is unacceptable. You all deserve the right to a safe and dignified work environment, one that is protected from discrimination, sexual harassment, and abuse, one that demands a workplace that is free from the threat of ICE and police harassment. As restaurant workers, you all know that democracy is the process that exists both from within and outside the workplace. Every worker deserves a seat at the table, with the freedom to speak clearly about their rights and demands for a more just workplace environment and the protections and be protected from retaliation. We all know across the country, hundreds and thousands of service industry workers are organizing, demanding the right to collectively bargain. When companies like Starbucks and Chipotle are closing unionized stores over, quote, safety concerns, we know what's really going on. And we will not accept this illegal retaliation. A just and equitable workplace is not something that is, quote, given to us by corporate suits, depending on how generous they are feeling on any particular day. A just and equitable workplace is a right. And all across the country, restaurant workers are standing up and refusing to accept our broken status quo. As we fight in Congress on behalf of our workers, we must ensure that our work centers the most vulnerable workers, including our restaurant and hospitality workers. That's why restaurant workers deserve and demand a Bill of Rights. I could not be more proud of all of you for all the work that you're doing to humanize this effort and demanding what you all deserve. And that's why, again, I am proud to join you today in supporting the Restaurant Workers Bill of Rights. You will always have a fighter and a partner in the United States Congress and me. Thank you so much for having me.